Hey YouTube, welcome to the Crimes Noob channel. For your dose of solved crimes, unsolved crimes, celebrity crimes, crimes of passion, and just downright despicable crimes. Okay, so today I'll be reporting on not just how a criminal justice system wronged an innocent man, but also what it looks like when some people in society deem a man's freedom is unimportant. Meet 47-year-old Herbert Alford of Michigan. Mr. Alford was tried and convicted for second-degree murder in 2016 for the death of Michael Adams at a strip mall in Lansing, Michigan, and sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. Reports say Mr. Adams was fatally shot in Lansing, Michigan on October 18, 2011 during a drug-related dispute. 3 days later, the prosecution office issued a warrant and charged Mr. Alford with second-degree murder. Mr. Alford has said that he was renting a car from Hertz Capital Region International Airport in Lansing around the time of the shooting. The airport is approximately 20 minutes away from the scene of the crime, which his lawyer contends is too far away for Mr. Alford to have committed the crime. Hertz was subpoenaed many times for the receipts which would clear Mr. Alford, and they never presented it. Why was this? Did they not think that this man's life had value? To set him free was too much trouble for them to even bother? They saw no urgency in assisting to free this innocent man. This man would have to sit behind bars for nearly 5 years because of Hertz's lack of response to the many subpoenas. Now, many of you may think, well, 5 years isn't much time. You think about all the other wrongly convicted people who have spent decades behind bars before they were exonerated. But to that I say, any time behind bars for an innocent person is too long. The unfortunate murder of Michael Adams was reported to have taken place at 2:54 p.m. And the rental car receipt that Hertz finally turned over shows Mr. Herbert Alford renting a car 20 minutes away at 3 p.m. Now, it doesn't take a skilled detective or forensic expert to know that he could not be murdering a man at 2:54 p.m. and picking up a rental car at 3 p.m. While working on this story, I realized how slow the wheels of justice actually turn. The receipt was turned over in 2018, and a judge granted Mr. Alford a new trial, but he would sit in jail for 2 more years. The prosecutor decided not to retry the case, but instead dismiss the case because of the new evidence. Their actual statement was, "We do not believe that we can prove Mr. Alford's legal culpability by the beyond a reasonable doubt standard," and that was that. That means to me that their original case against Mr. Alford was pretty weak. It makes you wonder, how did they even get an initial conviction? I know most of it was relied on by eyewitness testimony, which is not always accurate, because if someone doesn't know you personally, they could easily confuse you with someone else in passing. At any rate, at this point, Mr. Alford is just thankful to finally be out. Another sad part about this case is that the victim's family, Mr. Michael Adams, the man who lost his life that day, they thought for over 5 years that the man who killed their loved one was paying the price for his murder and that they had received justice. None of this was the case. The murderer of their loved one is still free and has not been held accountable for it yet. Mr. Herbert Alford has decided to hold Hertz accountable for his time behind bars. His lawyers contend that if Hertz had supplied the receipt during the first trial, Mr. Alford would not have been convicted and sent to prison. Alford is seeking compensation in excess of $25,000, but there is no dollar figure that can give him back his time. And it may take a while before he sees anything from Hertz, since it's reported that they are going through a reorganization after filing bankruptcy. Trying to re-enter society after being locked away can be a brutal struggle for those released from prison. I pray Mr. Alfred gets the help and support he needs in order to thrive and be successful. In closing, I just want to say that the criminal justice system is in desperate need of work and reform. This system was not designed to be fair to people of color, and that really, really needs to change. Hey fam, leave a comment below and let's talk about it. As always, thanks for watching. Smash that like button. I'm off to do more snooping.